Good morning, it's Karen from Simply Living for Him. I am here to do my daily devotional. I hope that you find these videos to be a blessing in some way. And if you do, I'd love to hear from you, or you can share them with a friend and just let me know what you think. So today I wanted to talk about relationships and how we treat one another. And more importantly, not necessarily how we treat one another on the outside, but sometimes what we're thinking on the inside. And I really wanted to compare cynicism to discernment. And so what does it mean to be cynical? A cynical person is somebody who is kind of always thinking that another person, like always questioning someone else's motives, or having a negative attitude for another person, never thinking that another person has good intentions, kind of always questioning this person. Now, there is a place for biblical discernment in the Bible, of course, and that comes from the Holy Spirit. See, I think that's the big difference. Discernment comes from the Spirit, and cynicism comes from the flesh. And it's sometimes rooted in maybe pride, which is never a good thing, or it's just always, like I said, focusing on the negative. We shouldn't be questioning somebody's motives. We should be loving others and trusting others and expecting that God is the one who will truly know their heart, and we are not God. And, we should be giving others the benefit of the doubt. Now, of course, I'm not talking about these somebody evil out there or abusive or toxic. I'm just talking about our everyday demeanor and how we want to approach people and how we look at people and our relationships with people, that we should always approach people with trust and love and in humility. And cynicism can kind of just lead us down the wrong path. If we're cynical about others, we're just kind of not giving them a chance, really. And so there were two verses here. The first is Galatians 5:15. Well, actually, I'll back up to 14. For the whole law is fulfilled in one word, in the statement, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. But if you bite and devour one another, take care that you are not consumed by one another. And actually, if it goes on to verse 16, it says, but I say, walk by the Spirit, and you will not carry out the desire of the flesh. So I think that's probably the difference between cynicism and discernment, is one comes from the Spirit. The Spirit gives us discernment and maybe gives us something inside of us that will help us to navigate, is this person trustworthy? But ultimately, we are to love others, as it says here. That is our main calling, is to love others above all else and let God be God. And He will show us when we need to be discerning, but we don't need to be cynical. And then it says here in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 15, see to it that no one comes short of the grace of God, and that no root of bitterness springing up causes trouble, and by many be defiled. And so just like, a tiny little something can take root and grow into something really big. Bitterness can do that in us. When we allow, things that happen to us, or grudges or past hurts, it can really kind of take root and grow into something big. And when the Holy Spirit fills us, it can heal our bitterness. It can heal those relationships. So approach today your relationships, or your, just your outlook, your way of dealing with people. Approach it by the Spirit. Give people the benefit of the doubt. Love one another. Trust God that he will help you to discern. The more you're spending time with him and you're in his word and you're filled up with the Spirit, you will have biblical discernment. You don't have to be cynical. You don't have to question others. You don't have to sometimes play God, right? We do that. We kind of are the judge and jury. And, give people the benefit of the doubt that their motives are pure. We never, ever know someone's heart, but God does. And so if there's something that he needs you to see about that person, we trust that he will bring it about, but don't let our own human, flawed mindset get in the way. So I hope this encourages you today. Don't be cynical. Have biblical discernment. And until the next time, I wish you all the blessings and joy in Jesus today.